Hello, everybody. I am here now because I fear that by 8 o'clock, I'd just be too exhausted because with anxiety about the MRI and all of that, I've just not been sleeping well. And I've been spending a lot of time in the recliner because when I'm in the bed, my leg hurts. And so I've been sitting in the recliner so I could get it at an angle. So that's why I'm going to come on now instead of waiting until 8 tonight because, like I said, I just don't know if I'm going to feel like it later. Hi, Brittany. And the MRI is done. I won't get the results until Friday morning, which will probably create more sleeplessness because I want to know what it showed. So I wanted to get on here and play now, basically. So let's go over some things. I picked up at Hobby Lobby the findings. They rarely go on sale anywhere. So when they are, I try to pick up some head pins and some eye pins. I like both of these. Hi, Kendra. And then they had the brushes on sale, and I've been wanting kind of a really wide. This is a 1-inch wash brush just to wet watercolor paper. So I picked this up, but it can be used with oils, acrylics, and watercolor. And I like the acrylic handles. My wooden handles get all messed up because I am not good about cleaning up right away. Hi, Gertie. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Brittany. That's everybody that's here that I see. So I picked these up last week when they were on sale, and I got one of the canvas pads because the Master's Touch things were on sale half off. So I thought that'd be a good time. And this is what I'm going to use today for my Dirty Dozen because I want to make a cover for my November jam. I don't have that even started yet, but I thought a canvas cover could be fun. So those are what I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And then I stopped at Tuesday Morning and Goodwill and Kohl's. So let's do Tuesday Morning. Hi, Mina. These have been sitting here behind me and I hadn't gotten them out. This is a huge bottle because winter months are here now and my hands get so brittle and so sore in the winter. This is an almond vanilla mineral hand wash with natural Dead Sea minerals and almond vanilla oil. And it says a gentle hand wash with Dead Sea minerals and almond vanilla extract helps soften your skin, leaving it velvety smooth to the touch, removes dirt without drying your skin. And so I'm going to put this at my kitchen sink where I wash my hands, the most when I'm in the kitchen. So I can put this in the kitchen. It was $4.99, normally $9, but it's a huge bottle. Almost 34 ounces. So I picked that up at Tuesday Morning. And then they had some napkins in the clearance. And you guys know I can't resist the napkins. I'm going to send some of these to Mary because they're gold and they're embossed. And then look at this hummingbird. Isn't that a beautiful napkin? And you guys, I don't know why I can't do it, but I cannot turn the autofocus off today. It's not giving me that option. Or maybe it is now. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Maybe. No, it's not giving me the option. I think what happened is I forgot to plug the camera in before I started and did the restart. So my computer isn't totally reading the camera. It's letting me use the camera, but it's not letting me control the camera. So yeah. So sorry about the autofocus going in and out. If it becomes too annoying for anyone, please let me know and I'll just sign off and we'll start again. So these were, I can't remember. What's a pink label? I can't remember what the percentage off was. And I got a yellow label on these gold ones. But there's a ton of these. So I'll have some of these to share. And they kind of go together. You could use them together in a project. And then the only other thing I picked up at Tuesday morning was a house mouse. And I thought how cute a Christmas card this would make. So I'm going to stamp some of these out and color them in and make cards to send out. So I'm going to get started on these because, you know, if you're going to hand color each one, it takes time. Somebody told me just to color one and then just make copies, but that's just not my way. I would rather color each one. So we'll see how many cards I get made, but aren't they adorable? Look, they're holding the Christmas bulbs, and the mama mouse is holding the pine so the little ones can put the bulbs on. And I just thought that was so stinking cute. It was $3.99. So those are what I got at Tuesday morning. I'll put this in the kitchen later. And then I went to the Goodwill. I did this Friday when I was waiting on Bernadette at the PetSmart's beauty parlor. She got her hair cut. So look at this napkin holder. It's a butterfly. And it's wood, and it just spoke to me, and it was 99 cents. So I got that there. I got a pattern for 99 cents. And what's bad is I think I already own this pattern, but all of my clothing patterns that would fit me, they're in a box. Can I find that box? No, I can find the few patterns that I've bought at the thrift store here and there. That's where the dress pattern came from. So I saw this one, and I need some slacks, and these look pretty easy to do and comfortable. And that's my key for clothing is comfort. And it has a V-necked top. And for anybody that has any weight on them, I learned a long time ago that a V-neck neckline will slim you, to slim your appearance. So I picked that up and that. And they were so nice and actually wrapped all this stuff so well for me. Now, this is just a Teleflora vase, but isn't it beautiful? Look at that. Somebody left their flowers in there too long. I can throw some rice in there with some warm water and shake it around, and it'll beat all that dirt loose. I paid $4 for this vase, but I absolutely fell in love with it. It just spoke to me on the shelf. So I got that for $3.99. I'm going to keep that newspaper and rewrap it. And then I got something else wrapped up. Oh, I remember now. I love jar candles. And this is one of those that you set on top of a jar candle. And so it has a shade. And I just really love this one because it's got all the floral on it. And I didn't see any damage to it. And you just set it on top of the jar, and it makes a little, like it looks like a little lamp then. But I paid 79 cents, and it's ceramic. So, yeah, it says it's made in China, but you know what? When I get my house, wherever it may be, again, and I have all kind of a nature-themed living room, this will be so pretty in there with a candle in it. So, and for 79 cents, I brought it home with me. I'm just going to set this over here out the way. This butterfly was just so pretty. And I might just put it on the kitchen table or a dining room table or the living room just to put mail in. You know, the mail that comes, and then Scott would know exactly where to find his mail. Usually I put it on his desk, but I can just put that in a central location. And then I went to Kohl's, and I got a pair of these Ever Ready leggings in this, like this. And then this is one of those shirts that's supposed to breathe easy. And I thought they went really pretty together. And they were both on sale. I didn't pay full price for them. So I don't pay full price for anything if I can help it. I think that's all I have to share as far as things I've picked up this last week. Not a lot of money, not a lot of stuff. I've also picked this up because I fell in love with the bracelets. And I have so many beads that I need to use up that I thought, what a wonderful idea that I could make bracelets that are just multicolored bracelets like that. And those could be in my gift basket. So I might pull out those. And I love to make necklaces with different colored beads like that. This was just a really cool idea sheet that they had hanging there. So I decided it needed to come home with me just to give me some ideas. So that's going to get stuck back here on my desk where I'm keeping things I need to do. And then I've been watching Gina Ahrens, and she's been doing a kind of a color idea book. And I'm sweating now. And I thought I'd pick up a little moleskin and kind of copy Gina. And what she does is she collects a couple images. Okay. Whoops, that one fell out. And what you do is you go into your stash of colors. So let me catch up with you guys. Hi, Joyce. And I said hi to Gertie. Hi, Mina. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Ruth. So, and what she does is she collects paint that she has in her paint collection. So like I'd pull out a couple different shades of green and a yellow and maybe the turquoise and maybe something really dark green and maybe a real deep greenish black kind of color. And what she does is she puts a swatch of each of those colors and labels what the colors are. And then she has a piece of that really thick, I don't know what I'm going to use. I'm probably not going to do exactly like her in that, but I like the concept of what she did. She had one of those honeycombed cards, corrugated board. And once she does her swatches, she puts the paint on a palette close enough so that once she does the swatches of each color and labels them, then she takes that piece of honeycombed corrugated and just stamps it in the colors so that along the honeycomb, she's got all the different colors. And then maybe she come over here and she just stamps a strip of the colors all together on that strip of honeycomb. If you haven't seen that, you need to go over to Gina's channel and check it out because I think it's a wonderful way to give you color ideas. And you're just getting your inspiration from magazines. That's why I have all of these over here is I'm trying to come up with some more pages like this. I'm just going to do a quick flip through of these. All I've done so far is found pictures with color schemes I liked and kind of pulled them together, and I put them through my Xyron machine and made them into stickers, and I've stuck them in here. That's all I've done so far. I have not gone through my stash. I have not pulled out my paints, not one. All I have is the ideas of the pictures right now. I will do another one. Yeah, it's a really great idea, and it gives you different ideas. So let's go to the next page and see how this was greens and yellows and maybe black. And then this one's kind of a chocolatey pinks. I'm going to close this. Close the blind behind the table. That'll help a little bit. And that's all I've done in here is got things together that I like the colors together. First I had this, and then I found these scoops of ice cream, and it had the pinks. So then I found the vase, and then they pulled in the silver, and there's kind of silver in the sky. So I pulled that out. And what you do is, like I said, this will give you an idea, and then you can go in your stash and see if you have these colors. And Debbie's saying she used a circle instead of the honeycomb piece. So whatever you can find that you can stamp with and pick up all of the colors that you're doing your swatches with and can stamp with, anything will work. You know, like Debbie said, she used a circle. You could use whatever you have. So I'm just going to flip through and show you the different colorways I have put together so far. I love this one. It's like the rainbow. And I've put the magazine images on one page, and then I left this available for my swatching and all of that. So these are just different ideas that I've gotten out of my fussy cuts, which, yeah, Gina Ahrens. It's Ahrens, and I may be mispronouncing it, but it's Gina Ahrens. You see, and she has a line of stencils and stamps too. I think that's right. I don't have any mods here right now because I've come in at a weird time. Let me see if I can get it for you guys. I'll get Gina's channel. Gina's been having some trouble with Facebook. There she is. Now, this link will only take you to her channel. But once you're there, just look through her videos for her colorway book. I can't remember what she calls it. Let me just see if I can kind of. It's a wonderful. I just love the concept so much, and I wanted to share with you guys. Debbie, do you remember what it was called? Is it her color inspiration journal? That's what this is, a color inspiration journal. And when you hear that music, you know you found Gina. I don't know if that link will work or not, but it's the best I can do with what I got going here. So, all right. So I'm just going to keep flipping through. I have not filled this up yet. I figured as long as I get the pictures in here, I'll be ahead anyway. And I feel dark on this other side now. Ooh. There we go. That's a bit better. All right. The colors aren't reading true. It's driving me crazy too. Bear with me, guys. Woo! Knocking things over. Oh my goodness. It was so hard to hold my leg, my whole body so still for 30 minutes. You can't move anything when they're doing that test. Oh, that's much better. That's more the true colors. I went and got my homemade reflector board that Ian told me how to make. And that is helping. If I can get it to stay up there. There we go. Debbie says, I'm reading a book on dot journal, and the author talks about the history of them. At one time, a journal was called A Heap of Things. How fun would that be for an art journal? Oh, cool. John Locke called them that. That's cool. I think this is my favorite color, but the camera's just not wanting to catch it. It's like a peacock. There's one that's very autumnal. Had to include a piece of pumpkin pie. And then this one I did last night, and I'm not really liking it. I feel like something's missing. I put this one over here because I felt like they went together because there's pink and blue, but then I added the turquoise because it's here. I don't know. I need to add maybe something else right here and then do my swatches and strip. I don't know. It needs something. And then this one's, I would say, is a done deal. You can't really see it, but on this one, there's a lady's coat right here. And it has all different shades of deep green and a dark blue. And then there's a little bit of red, which I thought that would be so cool with lime green and a yellow green. And then she's almost got an evergreen in her tights. There's black in the background because Becky was lazy and didn't want to cut all that out. And it gets the job done. This one's, I love this one too. This picture right here just speaks to me, and I don't know why. It's like a winter walk, and it's calm, and there's no sound. You know when you go for a walk in the snow, how peaceful that is? And if it's fresh snow and your footsteps are the only ones there, that just gives me such a sense of peace. I don't know what it is about that. Hi, Mary. I'm on early because I was afraid I'd be too tired by 8 o'clock. I had myself all stressed out about the MRI, and now that it's done, I just wanted to come on and play. So I hope everybody's all right with it. I love this kind of eggplant page. And I'm just sharing my little color inspiration journal that I learned about from Gina. And this one I haven't stuck down yet, but that's exactly how it's going to get stuck down. And I can show you how I stick them down real quick, and then we'll do a dirty dozen if you guys would like to play along. This is that Xyron machine that I picked up at the thrift store for $4.50, and it's the big one, and they cost a lot more than that. And all you have to do is they have refills that go inside, and you just feed these in. That's going to be too wide that way. Feed them in right side up. Let me just pull these out. I can go back to that page. And then you just crank it until you can't see it anymore on this side because you don't want to overlap them. And then you put in your next image. Let me see if I can get it. No. And what it is 2 layers of paper, and that adhesive runs in between. And then you're done with your machine. And then burnish it with a these things. What are these called? Bone folder. And for some reason, with this refill that I got, I find I need to cut them out before I try to remove them. I'm not going to stream tonight. I'm going to let this be it and play now. So if y'all can't stay, I completely understand. This is what works for me. As the day goes on, this leg gets more and more painful, and I resort to breaking down and taking a pain reliever, and then I fall asleep. So I've just cut those out. This is just trash. I'm sure somebody could think of something clever to do with it, but I just pitch it in the trash. These were cheap Harbor Freight scissors. I think we got them with the free coupon. I now announced this impromptu going live earlier on Fibsville and on Aunt Beck's Creations. Because I figure that's where most people that watch me are hanging out. And I've been wanting to fall asleep about 9:30, 10 o'clock lately. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue later in the evening. I might have to come on earlier in the day and be more of an early afternoon, like 2:30 to 5 o'clock Eastern or something. I don't know. On Wednesdays, because like I said, I'm ready to go to sleep about 9:30, 10 o'clock anymore. I don't know what's going on. Scott says he thinks it's the clock time change. Hi, Tanya. So I don't know. I can't remember. I know Beth's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I noticed she's been on almost every day. So I'll just come on, and who can be here, and who can't. I think I might put this one down at the bottom. And this has a backing on it. And this refill that I got this time, it makes the front nice and a finished front. And see, when you peel it off, it's just a big sticker now. And then all you got to do is stick it down. Oh, you know what? I meant for the cookies to go underneath that. That's all right. Maybe we'll do it like this. I think I'm just going to make this come off the page, and then I'm going to trim it away. Violet says she has 4 inches of snow on the ground. Wow. I had the sweetest surprise today in the mail. My son ordered me Epsom salts with lavender to help me calm, relax, and reduce the swelling in my knee. Wasn't that sweet of him? See, he's such a sweet kid, such a sweet guy. I wish he could find a sweet girl that wasn't, I don't know. Some girl that would appreciate. What was really funny is it's not UPS, it's the Amazon driver. He anytime he's in the neighborhood, if Bernadette's out in the yard, he'll stop, even if he doesn't have a package for us, just so he can come and pet her while she's in her playpen. And today he knocked because he had that Epsom salts for me. And he goes, "Where's my girl?" I was like, "She's in here in her crate, chilling." He said, "I came by the other day and she wasn't out there, and I just wanted to make sure she was all right." And I said, "Well, I just got her clipped and it turned cold. So I didn't want her, out in the yard for a long time with hardly any hair." And my mother-in-law says, "Don't get her clipped. Just leave her get shaggy over the winter." I said, "Well, then she gets stinky, and I don't want her in and stinky like that." So I took her and just got a regular trim. And she has sweaters I can put on her, when she wants to go outside. But this is all I've done in this journal, is picked out things that kind of go together and to give me color schemes. I love this. It's Color Inspiration Journal. And I got the idea from Gina Ahrens. So there. And I'll just keep going until I get this all filled up, and then I'll start with the colors, or I might start with the colors before I add any more. But I pulled out all of this stuff over here to do this with, and I just think it's an awesome way to get your color ideas. Colors like a pink flower. Wait a minute. Let's just cut some of these apart, and then I'll make little stickers with this thing. Because this has things. Yes, I started early because I'm afraid I'm not going to be conscious later. And I was so glad I didn't have to have my head put inside that machine, because, man, that's loud. It is so loud in there. They gave me a headset to listen to. I told them I wanted something calming, so they gave me folk music, which was fine. Sorry, when I get to cutting, I forget to talk. That's my bad. I'll be done here just a second. The beauty about the little sticker maker is I don't have to trim it like I do on that big one. Yeah, and I'll get my results on Friday. We were sitting there and I was filling in my paperwork, you know, where you have to promise you're going to pay and all of that. And they wanted a deposit. And my cost on that was going to be like $1,550 something. And they want to make sure they're going to get paid. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying, that's not going to fit. Trying to fill that in, and my phone's going off. It's Scott's mom, and she was wanting to know what were the results. And I was like, well, I haven't even been in there. But what was naughty about me is I was talking with the lady trying to get my paperwork filled in, and I just kind of hung up on my mother-in-law. I didn't answer. And the girl was like, you should have answered that. And I was like, I'll call her back in just a minute. I'm going to have to sit out in the waiting room to fill out the rest of this paperwork anyway. I said, we told her that it would be Friday, you know, before I got the results anyway. Now with this one, you just pull the clear off the top and the sticker remains down there. The only thing is with this, it doesn't give you a nice slick finish like the big thing. And I missed a spot right there. I'll just cut it off. But I called her when I was out in the waiting room after I'd filled in the paperwork, and I said, you know, it'll be Friday before I get the results. I don't know if this is what this needed or not, but they were the right shades of pink. Oops. Hang on just a second. There we go. And I asked the girls that were doing the MRI with me, you know, if they were going to get to go to lunch because they hadn't been to lunch. And she said, no, our next patient is here. They didn't get me in until somebody must have been real hard to do earlier in the day, because I was supposed to be in the machine by no later than 11:45, and it was almost 12:30 before they got me in there. So I was laying in that thing listening to it go, and I was thinking, don't move. Don't move. Don't you move. Not your eye, move, not your eyelash, not your eyeball, nothing. And do you know, it felt like my toes were constantly twitching the whole time I was in there. And I was like, stop it. I really don't think I can make that fit down in there. No. I guess I could cut this petal off and then it would go down in there. And so you just pull the bottom. I guess I could stick it back on now. Couldn't I? So does anybody want to do a Dirty Dozen now, or would you rather just wait till next week to play? I can do either. I'm going to be here. I could just do it, and then you guys can play along if you want to, or skip it if you want to. I am kind of being rogue and coming on early. My main problem with coming on early is the lighting is all wonky. You know what I think would be pretty is if Gina uses that piece of cardboard, but what I could do is maybe carve a flower stamp and then when I put my paint out, put it in a circle, and then I could just stamp flowers throughout my book. I don't know. Something to think about. I think that's where that was. So that kind of pulls it back together a little bit. It went okay. I'll get the results Friday morning. So it'll be, midday Friday before I know anything. And Scott can't go with me for the results. Mary says she's going to stream tonight at 7:30 Central. That way that my time slot's got somebody on. So, but that's okay. I might start doing earlier in the day since my sleepy head can't seem to stay awake late much anymore, which I hate. I ought to be able to stay up till Scott comes home, but I've been going to bed before he even gets home. So this is my color idea book. One more quick flip through here. And again, I'm sorry about the autofocus. I can't turn it off. That option's not available to me. So, and I got, this is just a Strathmore moleskin. And I've got these pictures out here. I'm just going to pick them up. I'll make some more colorways together. Later, I'll get a piece of that canvas paper that I picked up, and I'll do a Dirty Dozen. It's going to be kind of autumnal so that I can do my November jam with it. But I got this canvas pad because they were 50% off last week for Master's Touch. That's the Hobby Lobby brand. And I'm just going to do a whole page, and then I'll trim it to whatever size, I decide to do. But I need to hurry up and get this put together because Mary's on, I think, day 6 now. And I think Mary said to gesso this because it'll shrink. Is that right? If I put gesso on it, would be a good idea. So I need to gesso first. So I guess I'll put some, I have black or white gesso. Let me grab a thick brush. Oh, I have a clear gesso too now. I forgot about that. Went to get my my jug. Well, this might not be a dirty dozen. This might be just go until Becky's happy with it kind of thing, because this is going to be the cover of my don't cut it to size until I'm done. That's what I thought you had mentioned, that it would be better because it'll shrink. This is a Art Basics clear gesso, it says. I might just leave that like that. Meant to grab a roll of paper towels. You're probably not going to be able to notice much change on this. I'm just trying to give it a base. After we got done at the MRI facility, Scott said, fish. I was like, yes, we are close to Low Country Shrimper. Do you want to go have lunch there? Yes. So he was getting angry and hungry. So I told the technician, I said, I got to go. She said, my husband's the same way. They get irritable when they're hungry. I was like, you're not kidding. So I had shrimp tacos, which were quite good. And Scott had 2 pieces of fish with grits. That's probably not the best application of gesso, but I figure it'll work. And then I'll dry it some. I have wet ones here buried. Becky, save your gesso. Oh, too late, Mary. I've already used it. Sorry, didn't see you. It's just how it goes. You get your face down to what you're doing and you forget about everything else. Debbie, I seem to always miss seeing your chat. I didn't have a problem in the MRI because my head didn't have to go inside. I don't know how I would do if my head had to go inside that machine. That was just so loud. I can't imagine having my head in there. I had my head sticking out of it and my leg was in there. But trying not to move anything, that was the hardest part. All right, does somebody want to call out a fall color? Just any fall color. That's going to be my base. Hi, Journey. And keep in mind, I want it to look autumnal when I'm done. Rust. Okay. Let's see what I've got that's close to rust. I was actually thinking maybe just cut this in half and just make a small journal for each month. That's not dry. I can see it's not dry. I'm going to pull this just a little bit closer so I don't have to walk so far. You know, wuss. I have a burnt orange. I'm going to use this burnt orange. And then I'm getting yellows and this is a burnt orange. See, that gesso wasn't dry. I was just thinking this morning about all the different ways Mary has done a journal this year. She had her big canvas journals and she's done small journals. She's done journals with the pages in the journal. She's done journals with the pages out of the journal. I think I will go get some yellow just to add a little something different in here too. Hi, Kimberly 557. Haven't seen you in a while, girl. I hope you're all right. to dry this because every time I stick my finger down to it, I pick up stuff. All right, I'm going to dry this, and you guys think up a next prompt. What should I do next? All right, I'm going to dry this because every time I touch it, I pull something up. I just put some gesso down, Journey, and then some fall colors. And I'm working on my November Jam Journal cover. I'm just looking back through chat. And Nettie's talking with everybody, and Kendra and Journey. And hi, Arlene. I didn't see you sneak in. I caught some of Sharon Marlowe yesterday. She was working on a picture, and it was very pretty. Oh, Kimberly's no internet. Yeah, it took us forever to get the Spectrum hooked up here. My sister-in-law had the one over the telephone, and then she disconnected it because she didn't want to pay for our internet anymore since she's not working anymore. She was just being nice, and so we said that's fine. We'll just have cable internet put in. It took over a month, if y'all remember the fiasco we had of trying to get internet back here. Oh, that's getting pretty dry now. All right, I think I'm going to do some more yellow with some gold. So let me grab some gold. And I'm just going to scrape it on just to add another layer of color. Or maybe I'll do just gold. I don't know. Let's see. This is really watery. Uh-oh. This is that Extreme Sheen 24 karat gold. It might mess with the camera. All right, I'm going to dry this. Y'all think we should stencil that next? Hi, Josie. See how gold that is? I've been wanting to get Mary some of that. Look at that. Woo. Stencil. What should I stencil? Leaves? I have leaves. And what color should I stencil with, Kimberly? Or should I just do a geometric shape? Green leaves. Green, because you know I'm going to take it back down to autumn colors eventually. All right, let's see what we got here. Greens. I'm just going to grab 3 different greens and kind of do them all together. Let's see here. Ooh. This one I've never used before. I think I'll use this one. That'll be a good background. And then we can put the other colored leaves back down if we want to. I need a couple, just a sponge. 1 sponge will do. I'm keeping the colors out that I'm using in case I want to use them again in another layer. That's why I'm keeping them out here. And again, I'm sorry about the zooming business, but for some reason it didn't take this time. It's got a glob on the end. That's probably enough to do the whole thing, but all right, that one's all gummed up. Let's try another one. We'll put these background leaves on here, and then I'll go and I'll add some larger red leaves back on. Let's see what I can do here. The gold is kind of sticky because it's not completely dry yet. And I'm not worrying about getting paint or anything on the back of this because I will do something to the inside of it, before I turn it into my journal. Again, I've gone quiet. I'm sorry. And I am flipping this from one way to the other just so the leaves will go in different directions. So it doesn't look like I've taken one and gone, over and over. That one thing of paint I pulled out to use is, I think, really old. I think it's time to do a jelly print session and just try to go through as much paint as I can to use up, some of this stuff that's not really acting quite right. One more time. Over here. I need some of the lighter green. I'm just going to turn the whole thing this way and start adding some leaves at the top. On the way back, we were talking about the Rocky movies and the Rambo movies. And then Scott goes, how old is he anyway? And we looked it up, and Sylvester Stallone is 72 or 73 years old. Scott said, I think it's time he got over being a mercenary. And we drove by this place that is, I think it's called Annie's Attic and Things. I think that's what it's called. And I said, oh, we should try to come over here and check that place out. We've never seen that place. And then there was the flea market. We've never been to the flea market, just down the road from here. We've never been there. It opens at like 6 a.m. on Saturday, and I don't know if we'll go to it or not. And we wanted to do the platform thing and all that kind of stuff. I'm really hoping to be out of pain by then so I can go do some of this stuff. That would be nice. But you see, the thing we run into is Scott's in this kind of pain all the time. He has bad arthritis in his knees. So getting out and doing stuff is not easy. I'm going to turn it because I can't quite get in this corner where that is. And Journey was asking if I'd made the teddy bear, and I haven't made the teddy bear or the dragon because I can't get down on the floor to cut him out. I don't have this table's not big enough to lay, fabric out to cut. So I haven't gotten to either one yet, and I want to. So there's that. Now, do you guys want me to add some geometric shapes before I start adding some red leaves? Hi, Josie. I said hi. Arlene, you naughty girl. Oh, no, I can't. No upside down for me. Thank you. I get vertigo too easy. No. All right, what's next? Did somebody say something? Might be a different Annie's Attic, though, Joni. This is like a antique shop. Oh. I think I'm going to take some. I'm going to do some yellow honeycomb on here with one of these little jibber jabbery. I might get other colors because there's paint stuck up in here, but I'm going to get a different yellow. This one's runny. Primary yellow. That might be too much. Let's see. Yellow. All right, I'm going to use cardamom yellow and put some honeycomb down with my hot pad piece here. Uh-oh, it's stuck. So is anybody making plans for Thanksgiving? I think my in-laws are all going to Tennessee. And I think it's going to be just Scott and Greg and I. A nice, quiet, tiny little family get together. I'll just do a turkey breast instead of a whole turkey, and some diabetic friendly side dishes and that kind of stuff. Greg was talking about going to Colorado, but he waited too late. I tried to tell him, I said, if you're going to go to somewhere, that everybody seems to go to, you need to line up a hotel or place to stay way long time before your actual trip. I said, they'll book up and be full, and especially in the skiing season, but he waited, and now he can't get anywhere to stay. So he said he's changed his mind and he's not going to go. We were wondering how we were going to cope with, I would have to be down there. I don't know. This living in two houses, and, it's just getting old. Really bad old. All right. Might get one more go out of there. Okay, I'm going to dry this. You're going to be eating at your sister's house? My sister Robin, the one that does the pottery, she's having knee replacement surgery in December. Both of her children are married now. She's 5 years younger than me. I was telling Scott the other day that my brother Charles, who was born in 1976, will probably be a grandpa before I will be a grandma. His daughter got married just a couple months ago. His oldest daughter, not the twin, because she's only 3 or 4. My daughter cooked for an army, so always make it all. Oh, goodness. This is just not all going to get dry. That's all there is to it. All right, what next, you guys? I am going to add leaves back on it, but in a bit. Let's add some other things. Should I stamp something with like a rubber stamp? What do y'all think? Or make lines or circles, or what should I do next? Good idea, Kendra. I don't blame you at all. I'm going to stamp some things with brown ink. Brown ink stays on in timber brown. I need to get my sewing machine going and sew a bunch of stuff. I'm looking through here. I'll just use this one. Just use this all over it. Hi, Mary Hill. Greg, my son said he was going to a no, not a hillbilly. Oh, 1950s. Oh, now I can't remember what he called it. But he's going to dress up like 1950s this weekend. Rockabilly. That's it. Greg's going to a rockabilly thingamajig this weekend. A hootenanny. Woohoo! It's snowing, Violet said. How many inches are you supposed to get in the next 24 hours? We won't see snow if we do it all until at least January. All right. Rockabilly hootenanny. All right. All right. Let me go get the leaves. I feel like I need something else though in the background. Ooh. Something shimmery. Let me do this real quick. I've been watching that weird series on Netflix about Jane the Virgin. That is the most bizarre thing I think I've ever watched. Something shimmery. I'm probably going to need to dry this before I add anything shimmery. When you add something like this and it might look a little too intense, you can always bury it with another layer. So Don't be afraid to just add something. And then if you end up pushing it into the background, then you see just a hint of it and you go, I'm glad I did that. Something shimmery. I'm going to stop there. Something shimmery. What color shimmer should I do? Shimmery, shimmery, shimmery. I've lost count of the prompts, and I've lost count of how many layers we've got here. And you know, some days I just want to play, and that's just kind of this is today. Copper. Okay. You can do some copper. Oh, here goes Vicki. All right, Vicki Ross is on. I don't want to stay on too long in case somebody wants to go and watch Vicki. Trying to get to my metallic paints. These could be some interesting leaves that we can put on here. I've got Color Shift, Red Flash, Copper, and a Venetian Gold. I'm getting my big leaves out. The bigger leaves, put it that way. And I think what I'm going to do is just put out these colors and just randomly pick them up and plop them down on here. So the leaves are different colors. Make it look like piles of leaves here. And then that'll probably give me a pretty decent cover for my November jam. I might use one of those metallic for that first prompt Mary gave us of adding borders. I should have got different sponges, but I might add Doodle after this one. But I'm going to let this paint dry on its own for a while, and I'll sign off and go do dishes and that kind of stuff because, yeah, dishes are waiting. That doesn't look like anything happened there. Yeah, that red looks better if you put down some copper or gold first and then just hit the top of it with the red. It looks better. Go off and silent land on you guys. Sorry. This is the kind of thing is better fast forward, I think. It's like it's just the same thing over and over and over and over again. Oops. Oh, I got way too much paint there. It's stuck on the sponge. Got enough paint in here to probably finish this page. Can you hear how squishy this brush is? I mean, not brush, sponge, brush. Oh boy. I was thinking about the tag swap idea again, and I think it would be fun if we did them to a size that maybe we could use as Christmas ornaments. What do you guys think? Would that be a good idea? Do a tag swap, but make them like, what do you think? 3x4, or even ATC size tag would be cute on a Christmas tree. And we could make them as ornaments that people could use, you know, again and again. And the tags, is, you know, as long as we don't embellish them, you know, too crazy, they wouldn't cost too much to mail. I think that Callie is trying to come in. Can you hear her? She gets the bottom corner of the door, and if it wasn't latched, she could open it herself. So I'm going to go let her in before she hurts herself. And then I'll look at chat when I come back and see what you guys are saying about the swap idea for Christmas ornament tags. I think this is going to need a cream or something in between layer, maybe. It's going to need an in between layer of leaves in. I think a cream would look really pretty on top, and then add some goldish leaves on top of that. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. I know you want to come in. Come on. Bossy. I wish I had a different size leaf. But this is just an idea. I might do a little bit of knots here and there. Not a bunch all over the place. Just a few here and there. And then come in with some more leaves. Can't hardly even see it, I don't think. But you never know if something's going to work unless you try. You can think about it and say, oh, I don't think that'll look good. But then you could try it and it might surprise you. It might look better than you think. This one needs to go outside and soak in a tub for a few days anyway, this stencil. All right. J.L. Johnson, that's an excellent idea. Trading coins would make really cute ornaments. What were you doing in the closet? Nosy Britches? What are you doing in the closet? You have plenty of food. You have plenty of food. Plenty. In fact, I'm going to close the closet so you can't get in there again. Cats are so nosy. And I know artist trading coins are supposed to be 2.5-inch circles, but I would say whatever large circle punch you have would work just fine. I wouldn't think you'd have to demand they'd be 2.5 inches circles, or maybe just trace around a soup can and call that, good enough. All right, this is going to freak you guys out, but trust me. So I'm going to make just, my journals are going to be smaller than what Mary's doing because I'm just going to keep my journal. So I'm going to make 2 journals here out of what I've got here. And I don't know if anybody would be interested in it, but I'll give the other half of this away, and I'll put enough pages in it for a small jam journal. Would anybody be interested in it? And if so, we'll do some kind of giveaway for it. Uh-oh, it's sticking to my finger. Journey says that would be awesome. Because I don't need 2 for November is what I'm thinking. All right, now we got the white ones on there. I'm going to stick that back in there. This is getting so sticky from all the different things. You can't, oh, I got the reflector in your way. You can go under the table and get over there. You don't have to be a nuisance. Oh, this one. Kendra said, oh, goody, a giveaway. Yay. Oh. Okay. Now, let's just offset this just a little bit. I actually need this on this other side. There we go. Okay. Let me finish with this gold and we'll do the giveaway, and then I'll get off here for anybody that would like to go and catch up with our Vicky lady, which I like to watch Vicky too. That's the only problem with me coming on in the afternoons is I don't want to take Vicky's time because she teaches a lot when she does her videos. She really does. You can learn a lot from Vicky Ross. I haven't seen Laura on lately. Jersey Crafter. Have I been unsubbed from her, I wonder? I need to go see because I haven't seen her. I've seen her in a couple chats, but I haven't seen her actually live herself. Maybe I've just missed her. The most times I catch her is when I'm down working at the house and I'm there by myself. I'll put one of y'all on that's, doing a live, and I can jump into chat if I hear something I want to respond to, or I can just have you there talking away to me for company. So I'm not there by myself. When they did the x-ray on my knee, I was looking at the notes because we have it where I can look at my own medical results on the hospital website. You can look at your lab results on there. And it actually said my right knee is in worse shape than my left from, there's one x-ray position where they catch a glimpse of both knees for a comparison. And it said that my right knee was in worse shape. It had more signs of arthritis than the left knee did. And I was like, oh, great. But my left knee has been a problem all my life. In middle school, I had to wear a brace, which, middle school, how kind everybody is at that age. That was a rough couple years of wearing that brace. It was like my growth plates weren't doing what they were supposed to at the time. Uh-oh, I'm running out of the gold. And I think what I'll do after this is good and dry is come in and do a little bit of doodling here and there with a gold paint pen or something. Oh, the paint is building up on this and it's like glue. All right. That's going to be a dream to clean, I can tell. All right, let me see. Mary says she needs 6 more prompts. Well, I don't need 2 journals either, Mary. And so I think if I cut this in half, it'll be about that tall and then however wide this way. So my pages might be wider than they are tall, which would be okay with me. And then the back side, I'll just paint one color. But Mary's saying she would like 6 more prompts. Oh. Oh my goodness, Barbara. What a mess. Ew. Nothing smells quite like a rotten onion or leek or potato. So I'm kind of liking this. It is loud. It is loud. If I hadn't had the earphones on this morning, it would have completely drove me batty. And it makes different loud noises. You get one that sounds like a jackhammer, and then there's another one that's almost like a trill whistle at a very funny range. It was just something else. Hi, Susan. Yeah, I've come on early because I've been falling asleep about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I figured it would be better for me to come on now and do something than to miss everything and just not want to do it later. Scott seems to think it's a season change getting us, but I don't know. So let's see. I'm going to write a number down. And I just did. And I'm not going to show you guys. And Mary's coming down. All right. She's going to come on tonight in place of me. So pick a number between 1 and 50. One number only. And I'll give it just a few minutes. And then maybe we'll add some more prompts to this because Mary needs 6 more. Mary's been writing them down for us. Between 1 and 50. So Suze, pick another one. Because I only have 32 people in here, and it's easier if we get a narrower range. More people get closer. Put it that way. I'll give it just a couple more minutes. 12 for Mina. Okay, Mary, gotcha. Suze, I wouldn't say you're late. I came on early. That's the only problem we are having. All right, I'm going to give it to the count of 10. So if you want a chance to win a journal with this cover on it, pick quickly between 1 and 50. All right. Oh, Bernadette's out there barking now. Can't see a thing, but boy, when the neighborhood dogs bark, she barks. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Stop. All right. So the number I wrote down was 26. 26. I think Kendra. Would y'all say Kendra? Kendra. Kendra gets the journal. Hopefully we won't mess it up here. We're going to do 6 more prompts. All right. I need to do some doodling, though, before I can go on with the next prompt. Or I might save it till last. I think I want to do it now. So I need to get this dry. So Kendra gets it. We're getting there. All right, let me get let's see here. I don't know if this gold pen will show up on here or not. Oh, I think that's Tippy. Hang on. Oh, my goodness gracious. Hi, baby. Come on. Hang on, guys. I'll be right with you. Because I know you won't leave me alone. That's how I do this. I have more of these pens. I just don't know what I've done with them. So let's see if this will even show up on here. Oh, there goes the chat again. Moving right along. I'm just going to go around each of these leaves. Give them a few veins here and there. It shows up better if I can get it on the cream part of the leaves. So let's see, what can we do next? Do we got another prompt ready to go? Because we can call it out, and I'll do it as soon as I get. And Mary's going to come on at 7:30 her time, Central, to fill in where I'm not going to come on later. need to figure out some coping skills for medical procedures so I don't freak myself out so much. It wears me out. Scott was so funny. He said, well, where are they going to take you? Outside? And I said, out that door. They said, out that door. He said, well, I'll be doggone. They're going to take you outside. There's like a truck thing out there. I was like, yep, they're going to take me outside. Felt kind of bad for those girls because they have to sit in that door that they bring you in through that's on the, it's got like a table that, or a platform that raises just like on the back of a mover truck. And they have to sit there with that kind of cracked open while they're running the test. Scott says, aren't they cold? I thought, they probably are. That's why they're sitting there all bundled up. They were worried about me being warm. And I was like, I'm fine. I have a short sleeve shirt on, but I figured once they closed that door on me, I'd be just fine. They wanted to know all about what kinds of things I might have had added to me, like have I had knee replacement, have I had a stent put in, a whole list of things. The only thing I've had is the umbilical hernia repair, and they use some of that medical mesh. I'm almost done. I hope somebody's called a prompt. My pen is trying to die. I might have to go over these again. This is supposed to be doodling. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just want to add a little bit of something here. This is adding the something. Let's see here. This one hasn't been done. This is kind of interesting to work on, this canvas that comes in a pad. I'm not used to it just flopping over the edge of the table. It's kind of it's kind of different. Interesting. Uh-oh. Went astray there. This one needs it. Oh, chat's moving again. Somebody must have called something. I love fall too, Lori. I love it. Well, I watch Justin Rhodes and Family. They're a homesteading, get back to the land kind of family, and his dad died this weekend, and he has put out a call for us all to participate in the 20 million trees in honor of his dad. And if you plant a tree or send $1 into that outfit that is doing the planting of 20 million trees, I think it's 20 million, they'll plant a tree for you. And if you do the hashtag doing it for Boots. Boots was his dad. He's trying to think of some way to cope with grief. And he thought this would be a good way. And I think it's a wonderful thing. I smell cigarettes. We don't smoke. Everything's locked up around here. It's kind of weird to smell it coming in. Tippy, have you been around somebody that smokes? You can't be up here right now, bud. I love you. I love you. Yeah. Yes. But you need to get down. Mama's drawing doodles. You want to say hi? Oh, he burped. There he is. He got a boo-boo. I see a boo-boo. You're going to have to get down while I finish this, honey. Oh. All right. You be a good boy. Here you go. Oh, there you go. You be a good boy. You stay there. Let's add some dots, Mary. Add dots. Add dots will be the next prompt. I forgot where I was. Did I get all the leaves? Oh, nope. This one doesn't have any. I got a cat in my lap all of a sudden, so I missed this one. Add some dots. I think that's all of them now. I'm going to add some dots. We think Tippy goes to Fight Club, Susan. We think he goes to Fight Club and gets himself in a pickle. And he comes home like that, all tore up. I'm going to do gold dots. I'm going to put you guys back down on the table. You don't want to look at me. Here you go. This is taking longer than I thought I was going to. That's okay. Oh, dear. Well, my mom's been real tickled with her knee replacement. She's had both hers done. The first one, she had a horrible time with. The second one went really well. I think the first one, she's like me, and or I'm like her, and she got herself too worked up, about it. And then she didn't follow the rules that come with it. I don't know that that's even showing up. I might have to do something else. This is not showing up. Becky, I added 6 prompts above. Dots was one of them. Woohoo! 6 prompts above. Mary added 6 prompts. Let me go back up. Where's Mary? Mary. 6 wild card. No glitter. 5 prompts. I had Holly, the reason I have the mesh is I had a hole that big, and that much of the bulge I had was huge, and they bruised me up really bad, pushing basically my intestines back inside, and that might be too much information for some, but that's what they did. And then they put the mesh in there to hold me together. So they got me all back in together. I'll scroll back up and see if I can find those in a minute. I'm going to finish these dots. If I can get something to make dots with me for me. This doesn't make very big dots, but there we go. Mary said no glitter, but this is a glitter pen. It just doesn't dump out too much. Ooh, woof, she says. Ooh, woof. Whoa, whoa. Must be that lady with her kids walking by. I don't know. Bernadette usually loves everybody, but she does not like it when those kids walk by. That's one reason I will not leave her out in her playpen in the yard when we're not here. She gets crated when we're not here. I always worry about somebody stealing her to train fight dogs too, and that would upset me beyond upsetness. There, see, you can see the dots on the leaves. Maybe I'll do some on all leaves. So you can see that I made dots. Now let me go see if I can find Mary's prompts. Whoa, whoa. Oh, she's really growling. Maybe I should go look. She doesn't usually growl like that. Hang on just a minute. Images, border, dots, lines, spray, wild card. All right. Images. Oh, she's really getting mad. Let me see. It's all right, honey. It's all right. It's all right. Don't cry. It's fine. It's fine. Hang on, guys. I gotta get her. She looks cold. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, you two. Who brought the mouse? Tippy, did you bring me the mouse? Did you bring me a mouse? I know you didn't do it, Bernadette. I know. Slow down. Come on, get in there. Get in your room. I'll feed you in a minute. Yeah, just sit down. Get comfy in your bed. Just for a little bit, okay? I think Tippy brought me a mouse. All right. Okay. Images, border, dots, lines, spray. Let me get some spray. Mary, I might do them out of order. Just to get them on here. I need to soak all of these is my problem. There we go. I need to soak all of these. Ooh, that's really good. I'm trying to find this to be interesting. It's a purple. Let's see what I get. Oh, let me cover the computer. There was a young man walking by with his two dogs, and apparently she didn't like the way they sounded or something. There we go. Let's see if this will spray. Here we go. It's got purple on it now. Now I need to make some lines. This one's never been opened. I agree with Mary. They need to give us a little pull tab on paint that's never been opened. Don't they know we do this kind of stuff live? Every time I think about fainting, Susan, I think about in high school we had just general health class, and one of them was what to do if there was a manufacturing or warehouse emergency where a fork truck ran into the back of this guy. And I stood up and asked if I could go to the nurse because I wasn't feeling well. I didn't get 50 feet down the hallway and I collapsed. I just passed out. So I learned early on, blood and gore just wasn't my thing. I think that's enough. That's enough lines, Becky. And Mary had images, which I don't know if I'm going to add or not. I might add some leaves to the front. Mary says, out of order is fine. So you had a wild card, and let's see, I did the dots. Scrolling back up. I'm going to do, I did all of that except the images and the border. So I think what I'll do, okay. Mouse for dinner? Ha ha ha. It's out there on the front steps. You want it? If I wash my car, it might fall apart. It's Scott's brother got on him one time. You should wash your car once a week. Scott says, look, I wash it once a year, and that's only when it needs it. I'm going to dry this and then flip it over and paint the back side and let it dry. And we'll call it good. And I'll add borders and maybe I'll put something on the fronts of them. But I'll share whatever I do. Okay? So guys, I'm going to let you guys go. And in a couple hours, Mary will be on in my spot. She's going to come on at 7:30 Central. So watch for Mary. And thanks for tuning in and joining in on making some journal covers. And Kendra's the winner of the other one. I'll get 2 out of this. So I will be sure to get that in the mail to her as quickly as I can. And we will think about my time on Wednesdays. I'm going to throw it around in my head and see, what's the latest I can come on and still stay awake long enough to do something with you guys. And yeah, when you find a good maid that's reliable, let me know, Holly. Oh gosh. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later and I will share the end results when I get them finished. Y'all have a good night. Take care.